planet. And so I'm guessing most of you have seen the tutorial on Video Copilot to make a dead planet with lava cracks and, make it explode. And, that's pretty cool and all, but he doesn't show you how to make the actual surface of the planet. So, let's say you have the guy on the planet and the planet's exploding and, you show the planet from space, but, you don't really see what's going on in the actual surface. So we're going to be creating that, and this is loading really slow. So yeah, there's a tutorial in case you haven't seen it, videocopilot.net. Just scroll down, you should see it. And so into After Effects. And so this is what we're going to be making. Kind of like a pretty cool dead surface with lava. The surface kind of bends and it evolves. The lava moves around. We have some particles over there. It's all kind of glowy and hot. And you could also make it cold if you added a different adjustment layer. So let's get started. We want to make a new composition. And call it surface. And 720 by 480 is pretty good. 7 seconds. Click OK. And make a new solid. Make it black. Call it surface. Okay, now I want to apply fractal noise. Fractal noise. In case you don't have this little box, just go to Effect, and it's someplace in here. It's Generate Fractal Noise, or Noise and Grain, my bad, fractal noise. Okay, so we want to adjust the settings. We want to make the contrast 125 and the brightness to -10. And then we also want to keyframe the evolution. So click on the stopwatch and go all the way to the end of the comp and make it 1 revolution. And then we can just close this. We're not going to touch it again. And now we want to apply CC ball action. Now most of you probably haven't used this, but it's a pretty cool effect. It actually makes it totally 3D, so look at that. I mean, that's 3D. You could apply it to anything, make it 3D. Pretty awesome. So we want to make the scatter 1, and we want to change the rotation to -65. Then we want to go down to the twist angle and change that to 41. And you can see it looks kind of cool. Change the grid spacing down to 1. And the ball size to 150. And this isn't big enough for the comp, so let's just enlarge it a little bit. There we go. Maybe 125. Maybe 110. And just move it around. There we go. Well, you can see over there, so make it 125. There we go. Pretty simple. Now we want to close CC ball action and apply a curve. We want to try to make it kind of reddish because it's supposed to be lava. We don't want it to be yellow or anything. So maybe bring the RGB down a little bit. Go to the red and just bring that up, and then go to the blue and bring it down a little bit. So we have a nice orangey color. Kind of like that. That looks pretty good. And we want to apply CC lens. Actually, we can shrink this a little bit, 110. So CC lens. And what this is going to do is, so the sides that we didn't fill up, you can see how it's kind of bending on the edges. So it covers the whole screen, and this is not. There we go. So the actual layer isn't big enough, but by doing this, we're stretching it in so it takes up the sides, so you don't see the edges or anything. So that's a pretty cool effect. That'll just help us out. Then we want to apply CC, well, actually, burn film. Yeah, CC burn film. And this will just give it some depth by just darkening some of the edges. So you see, kind of looks more 3D-ish. And then we want to apply CC spotlight. And this will also just help with the depth. We want to put it in the middle, so something like that. And then we want to change the settings a little bit. So make the height 10, actually make the height 0, and then the angle to 12. So just, it's a little wider. Change the softness to 100, so the edges aren't as rough, and change the intensity to about 55. And so that just also kind of gives it some depth. We want really the middle. This is going to be like the main lava crack, and this is just going to be kind of, a little lava crack, so that's why we're doing this. Now we want to just mess with the surface a little bit so it's not so even. We're going to apply mesh warp and just, put in a bunch of hills and valleys, just like that. Don't do anything too extreme like that. That'll just look ugly. So just, just little things, little details. If you put in enough detail, and even if all the details are tiny, it'll still look pretty good. So just play around with it. And I think that's pretty nice. Maybe something over here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now we want to apply Sharpen, just to bring out more of the detail, because it doesn't look too rocky. It looks kind of smooth. So we're just going to change the Sharpen to 50, and you can see it definitely brings out more of the balls and CC ball action. So it definitely looks more rocky, more uneven, more rough, and that's what we want. And then we want to apply Find Edges. And when you apply this, you're going to be like, oh my god, it ruined it. No, it didn't. We want to invert this, and then what we want to do is apply Channel Blur. And it definitely looks kind of rough and uneven, which is exactly what we want, what I said before. And now, where is it? Channel Blur. There we go. And we want to change the blue to 5. And you can see it kind of adds a little bit of yellow. And we're just going to cut that off. I mean, that looks ugly, but we're just going to get rid of that so it's okay. And now what we want to do, we want to pre-comp it. So click on Surface, then Layer, Pre-compose, and call this Front Surface, because we're also going to make one in the back. We don't want to confuse them. Now what we want to do is just mask out the edges like I said. And it gets rid of this. We're just going to change that by messing with the mask. Just change the default is add, so just change that to subtract, and you gets rid of it right away. But you can see the edges are kind of rough, so just go to the front surface, click F. That'll bring up the mask feather, and just give it a nice soft edge, maybe 15. Yeah, maybe 17, something like that. Now what we want to do is we want to duplicate it. Well, actually, no, we want to go into the front surface, click on Surface, duplicate it. Actually, don't copy it, my bad. Then go to Surface Comp, copy it. And this is the background, so we're going to leave everything alone except for the CC ball action. That we have to change. We have to twist it around a little bit. And so go to CC ball action, keep the scatter at 1, change the rotation to -170, and change the twist angle to 41, so just leave it alone. Now we want to actually just solo this so we can see it a little better. We want to make it 3D layer. Actually, we want to pre-comp it again, so layer, pre-compose, and we're going to call this back surface. Now make it a 3D layer and just move it back. You can unsolo it. There we go. You can move it forward a little bit. Maybe it's a little too back. And we also have that kind of rough edge.